I'm just going to change the title on YouTube really quick because, as we mentioned the past few weeks, it's been retaining the last title from the last stream we did. So I'm just gonna, I have to wait for it to register that we're live, and then I can quickly change it. We'll get into it. I quickly opened the game, as you can see, but I'm glad it looks full screen on YouTube because it's in windowed mode automatically. And I wanted to change it before I went live, but I saw this title screen or whatever this is come up, and I didn't want to go any further in case, because this already feels like content to me. So I didn't know if the fact that it's... I just got to change the title, sorry, one sec. I didn't know if the fact that it's windowed mode would affect how it's viewed on Twitch and YouTube, but it doesn't appear like it, but still I'll fix it anyways. Just a second, I'm just opening chat really quick, and then we can get into it. I look very, very forward to it. This one I've been looking forward... the Stanley Parable I was looking forward to as well. I didn't know anything about either of them, but just because this one's a horror game, and I saw on Steam, I think it won like writing or story of the year or something for one of the awards, which is I mean, that sounds like a huge win for them. One sec, sorry, YouTube's just being a pain in the ass. Okay, we'll get into all loads. So it says this is a love story. What I especially like is this this hand. We'll do new game. Or should we do accessibility preferences? There, full screen. There we go. That's better. Unseen text, after choices, transitions. I'm not sure what those mean. Quick menu. Okay, I see blinking, flickering. Well, the music and everything sounds okay for right now, at least. So let's see. Okay, looks like YouTube's working. Hey, Stand on Head, it's great to see you. Do you know anything about this game? I see it does have a mouse, like a cursor, but I do have a controller just in case. I'm not sure if we'll need a controller. But we'll see. I sort of have a feeling that it was like a platformer, but I'm not certain. I don't know. But it's horror, so I don't know. Platformer horror doesn't really make sense to me.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Never heard of it. Cool. Oh, I have to hit next. Oh, am I moving? Oh, I can move a little bit. That's cool. Okay, so you're on a path in the woods. At the end of the path is a cabin. At the basement of the cabin is a princess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
The end of the world? What are you talking about? Is this the kind of game it is the whole way through? Really? Is it just... interesting. This is interesting. I love the art style so far. That's really cool. This is really my kind of art style. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? I feel like... Reward for doing this. Thank you for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Silently continue to the cabin, turn around and leave. Interesting. The end of the world, what are you talking about? So let's just start with the first, most vanilla answer. Because this game, I believe, I would imagine, has several playthroughs. I also like how the cursor is like a finger. It's like a broken, rotting finger. Like, that's fun.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Interesting. How can the princess be locked away in a basement in the world? The only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up. Does the sound okay? I can't. Well, I'll see if that's an answer. I mean, that's always my favorite answer, honestly. Can't someone else do this? Forget it. It's amazing how many... Like, this is more answers than Baldur's Gate. This is crazy. Like, I'm scrolling. And it's full paragraphs. I'll go in the cabin, I'll talk to her, and see if she's shy. If she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything. Or she's as bad as you say. Sorry, if she's as bad as you say. Sorry, I don't know what the hell I'm reading. I'm making up my own story here. Okay, it's just crazy. The amount of options are insane. But we'll do a locked away in a basement at the end of the world.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
I feel like this will be the shortest playthrough. You'll probably get an achievement for this. And then we'll, like the Stanley Parable. I sort of like, let's do the quickest run, the most basic vanilla, the one they intended everyone to do first, and then we get creative from there. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Interesting, it's sort of backtracked to this. Well, it'd be fun to do an evil ending as well.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the
Hey, Dennis,
princess
great
is
to see ya.
locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Interesting. Sounds good so far. Your voice seems louder than the music. Hard to say if you were louder than the narrator, so talking over him might not work. Okay, fair. I appreciate that. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? So that's. I don't really care that she's a princess, and that's why it's bad killing her. It's just the fact she's a human being, or anything. Just killing something senselessly seems bad. Being a princess has nothing to do with it. Like, it seems like an innocent thing to take its life. Seems like a crazy thing to do. Can someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. I guess it wants me to pick like this one. Okay, thanks. I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Thanks for telling me what to do. Silently continue to the cabin. That's crazy. Let's just do silently continue to the cabin. Let's just get on with the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
This reminds me a little bit of the beginning of Resident Evil Village. There's like an intro where it's like a children's storybook. It's a similar. This is a little. It's different, but it's a similar kind of a
warning before you go any further. We're not going to go through.
What did I just
right?
hit? Shit.
She's a princess.
I just hit it
We're
twice by
supposed to
accident.
save princesses, not slay them.
Can you go back one? No? No, okay. Damn.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin. Can you click doors? Can you click anything? I know it moves. It's cool that how it moves like that. That's really neat. Wow, this is not what I was expecting. So
The
far, at
interior
least.
of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Explore, take the blade, enter the basement.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Interesting.
The door to the
Cleaner than
basement
that?
creaks
Inside of my
open,
computer. Oh, man.
revealing a
That was so
staircase
fast to me,
faintly
too.
illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
That's so funny. Okay, I can still taste the dust. Oh man, I clean out my computer like fairly often, and then I check it, and it's so like dusty again so quickly. It's like it's crazy because I keep down there clean. It's on a hardwood floor or like it's a hard surface. I don't understand like how it gets so dusty so quick. I try so hard to keep it like dust free, and
Her voice
I have to do it. It
carries
feels
up
like
the stairs.
every other week, maybe every 2 weeks. Cat hair is bad. That certainly doesn't help. The dander, the cat hair, and all that stuff. But I try to keep it to a minimum, but it still gets everywhere, especially in the computer. Not the cat hair, but more the dust. Thankfully, this computer specifically, this is the first computer I've had that's had this. It has all these magnetic, like mesh filters that block, I guess, any serious particulates from getting in. It's so easy to clean. It's really nice. I guess all newer models have that now, I suppose.
Who's there?
Oh, fun.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. That's a funny. Continue down the stairs.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Do you walk? You can't walk. Or do you just... Oh, I see. Okay, just keep clicking.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Do I... Click? What? No way. Why would you think that? I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Steel your nerves and step forward.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
I feel like... Should we just go through the first playthrough? Just... So that's what the name of the game is.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
You could just kill her if that's how it ends, and then you just restart, go again, and it's quick to get back here.
Don't you dare.
That's almost just a quick way to see that ending, and then you just keep going. That's almost like, that's what I would guess. I don't know. That's what I would guess is the bad ending. But it's like it's quick. And then you could do the talking dialogue, which will be much longer games, I would imagine.
After we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten the grip. Don't drop it.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Well, you're probably gonna die anyways. You're sure she's not armed? I'm sorry, can we just talk? Slay the princess. Do we slay the princess? What do you guys think? Should we slay the princess right now and then just reset it and see what happens next? Or should we explore some of the other options? I cannot decide here. The reason why I'm asking is because normally I wouldn't do this early on. this would probably be one of the last things I do. So I'm just like switching it up, I feel like, but I don't know. I'm not dropping the blade. You could just say I'm not dropping the blade as well, which would prolong it a little bit, and then you probably still have another option to do it. I'd be tempted to slay the princess. Slay the princess. See what happens. Slay it.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Okay, that's
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
ouch.
Holy shit, that hurts!
Quick.
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
The art style is fabulous. This is so brilliantly done. So it's so... Wow. I've never seen anything like this before.
We can still turn this around.
Give up, finish up the job, flee and lock her in the basement. Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me?
Wasn't expecting humor, I'll be honest.
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now.
I wasn't guessing they were gonna break the fourth wall like that. That's funny.
Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
Ouch. Look,
The
I
two
have
of
claws,
you
by the way.
clash
See, I
for
have
the final
claws?
time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Why do I have claws for hands?
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
How macabre. Wow, I wasn't expecting any of that.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Cool. Now we reset, right? Oh. Shit. Is it still going?
You're on a path in the woods, and
Oh.
at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't,
Be the end
it
of the
will be
world.
the end of the world.
Oh my god, this is like the Stanley Parable. It's not just resetting. You can speak to him. That's why when it said chapter 2, I'm like, oh, the story keeps going, but then it's restarted it, but that's crazy. Oh my god, we're still in the same first game. I thought that was like the first ending, and that was gonna be another ending, but an achievement didn't come up. So that's, oh my god, we're going down a rabbit hole, boys. We're gonna be here, I think we're gonna be here a while. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. I died, what am I doing here? She also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting
You
for
almost
the very
won.
first
True.
time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Okay, let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? Proceed to the cabin. Alright,
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her, and yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations.
Yeah,
You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
did...
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of,
Yeah.
oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Is the narrator the same as the, as the hero voice? Are they the same person? Or do they just sort of sound similar?
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters.
Voice of the Stubborn.
I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
Interesting. Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
We killed each other last time. How can I make... Okay, all she did last time around was beat me to death. How can... Quote you from... why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands? Who locked her in the... What is this place? Interesting. Let's explore.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Okay. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is it following me?
This is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions? There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here. Sure, look,
Oops.
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Of course you're special. Why else would you be
Voice
here?
of the Stubborn. There's only one guy still. I can make sure it doesn't happen again.
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Interesting, okay.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Okay. You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. What else would we even need to know? We've got all the reason we need for a rematch.
Fair. Alright, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceed to the cabin, turn around and leave. You could turn around and leave? Interesting. Welcome back, Dennis.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Who is this stubborn all of a sudden?
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
Proceed to the cabin.
The cabin is tighter
Oh,
than its
it's
exterior
different.
would suggest.
It looks different now.
Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if
Interesting.
trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination.
What's going on in the mirror?
The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Fun. That was not expected.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Oh, you didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. This whole cabin is different than last time. Take the blade, head to the basement. Well,
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
God, and the plot thickens. Whoops. Oh, you can
already
save. I
wasted
see. You can have different
so
saves.
much time in the woods.
Oh, I
Who
see.
even cares if there's a mirror?
But I wouldn't know when to save it. I care about whether I'm being lied to. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and
Why am I a
rub your
monster?
hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Weird. How strange.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. The world is depending on you.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
You did the act of the monster, now you look like your actions. Oh, interesting. Fun. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would
Have
probably be
you
doing her
played
a
this before,
favor.
Dennis? I don't remember.
Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
I like stubborn.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
Now he said,
As
oh,
you
there she
descend
is.
the final
Oh.
step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
So I didn't get the option to just run in there and stab her this time. It just went down automatically. And his advice was, don't talk to her. That's why you died last time. But I didn't have an option. Now I think I don't have a choice. I have to talk to her.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
I hope you heard that all the Mr. Narrator. This is a lot different than last time. But last time definitely happened. You look different, so you do remember me. So slay the princess is an option. Let's just keep going forward. We'll pick this one, this option for this playthrough, and we'll see where it takes us. We'll take a bullheaded approach, following his advice blindly. We'll get gaslit by the narrator, and we'll see what happens when we get gaslit.
Good. With a singular focus, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess.
Here we go. Let's make this count.
She's gonna kill me.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard.
Pull it out. We'll try a different angle.
No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
Now you have to pick. Do you push or take it out and try again?
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Keep pushing and lodge the blade and attack her from a different angle. Well, she's probably stronger than us. We'll lodge the blade.
You pull back on the blade's hilt, doing your best to free it from its sinewed prison. But as you tug the blade free, the princess slams you down onto her knee.
It's not a bad thing.
It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. And you find yourself in midair, effortlessly tossed across the room. You hit the floor, your ribs complaining painfully, but you can feel the hilt in your grip. You still have your weapon. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last.
This is why we play katanas in Elden Ring, because you have to get so close to the dagger. It's such an insufficient way to fight.
Weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
Should have crushed your head.
How disappointing.
Crack.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull, and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3? Chapter 3. Alright, here we go again. The slaying is not working, but we'll try it again.
If you
Oh, it's
weren't so
different again.
damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there.
Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it.
So what, you'd have us cower in a corner?
No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through.
it's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason.
Where are these
We may
voices
have the
coming
same
from?
destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you.
We haven't talked enough about how these places. I wouldn't even call these woods like her influence poured out into this world. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Turn around and leave.
It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further.
Is she like a old god in a sense? They're part of your personality. Yeah, I had a feeling they were like in your head, like your consciousness or
If
something.
the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too?
What if I don't agree with the plan? What if I'd rather do something else? What happens next seems like all our answers are in the cabin.
You're the chooser. The best we can do is advise. But we can help if you let us.
Not really.
These are just powerless thoughts and opinions. You don't need to let them drag you and the world to ruin.
No matter what happens next, it seems like all the answers are in the cabin. We might as well think this through. Okay, so there are 3 options. Go to the cabin. It's gonna be like a
It
castle
isn't
or
long
something.
before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament. No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis.
Can I just say, I just thought about this. The last game we played, the Stanley Parable, was so much fun. It was so creative. I thought it made for a pretty fun stream. And before that, like Diablo, before Elden Ring, we played a lot, which I thought made for some fun streams. And before that, like Baldur's Gate 2. And all these games were recommended. So you guys are really making this, you're like sort of doing the heavy lifting, which I appreciate. Because I would have never like found these games or thought about them. But thanks to your recommendations, I think you've made this like more entertaining than I ever could have thought it was. Or thought it could have been. Personally, I probably would have just played WoW. But these games are awesome. They're fun. They're really imaginative, and I mean, I'm having a lot of fun.
Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase.
I guess I knew there were many genres of games, but I guess I was still boxed in to the mentality of like there's like FPS, there's RPGs, there's like MMOs, and there's like the big genres, but I never really considered like these weird niche pockets that exist. And I feel like there's a lot of hidden gems in these kinds of like weird, like, I don't know, this is like a narrative kind of, but the Stanley Parable as well. This one you don't move as much. Stanley Parable was more movement, but really they're sort of the same kind of game where it's just Groundhog Day in a sense. There's actually a movie. Did I mention this last time? If I did, and we'll carry on in just a second. I apologize if I mentioned this film last time. There's a film called Primer. If you're into time travel, I think it's the best time travel like film that's ever been made. It's super confusing about like, it's essentially like this, repeating it, the same thing over and over and over and over again. And I think a few like scientists that studied like quantum physics or something said Primer was a pretty good example of like why time travel's so tricky. They said they explained it really well. It was an indie film, but it was brilliantly done. If you're into that, it's like sci-fi time travel. It was a really cool film. Hey Scott, it's great to see you. Doing very well. Playing this very strange horror game.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of
Now
a
it's just a
glorified
mirror.
tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
It was really great, wasn't it? I thought it was a really good movie because it really explained like how complicated time travel gets and how it overlaps and how like once you start the cycle of time travel, like where does it end? It just sort of like it's like a Ouroboros. Is that what it is? A snake eating its own tail. It's hard to know like where the cycle really begins once you start essentially.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See?
We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there.
So we're freeing her, and then the world ends. You've never seen this before. Neither have I, honestly. It is really cool, though. I'm really enjoying it. So we've already tried to kill her twice, and every time we wake up and it resets, like the Stanley Parable, if you know that game as well. But everything's slightly different every time. This is the third iteration of trying to kill her, and it keeps changing, getting more grim and more confusing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Take it.
We never mentioned the mirror. That damn mirror's back. Huh. We just approach the mirror.
We can try to survive without our steel claw, but you've marked us as easy prey.
Oh, I just wanted to look at the mirror. I didn't have to get the
basement,
knife.
hesitating
but,
before
whoops.
you open it, as
Whoa.
if you don't see it. You do see it, right? All we see is a damned mirror.
This really is just like last time.
It smells of nothing, yet it's still there.
Smash it. Wipe the
You
mirror.
reach
clean.
forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead.
We finished Elden Ring, the baseline game. We haven't finished the DLC. After this game, I think we're gonna start the DLC, which I'm really excited for. I imagine this game is probably just gonna take up the stream, and then probably next stream, maybe Sunday, if time allows. Then I'd love to get to the DLC soon. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And I think we started a trend, by the way, because we started playing Elden Ring, and now all these like WoW streamers are like playing Elden Ring. I guess because OnlyFans ended. So I think our influence bled out and got all the popular streamers play Elden Ring. So that's cool. But yeah, I can't wait. I keep thinking about the DLC. I'm so excited to get back into it.
Why am I not surprised?
I watched it with a buddy who asked what was going on every 5 minutes, made it even harder to try to follow. Fair. There's another film called Coherence. That's also similar to Primer, I think. Coherence was another really good film. Small budget, very creative story about time travel, I think.
It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters.
So I don't have a knife this time. I'm
Before
going
you
down.
is what
We're
may
getting
as well
murdered.
be a
I'm gonna get
sheer
murdered.
cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I love how it always says that's the one thing that always remains the same. It says that every time.
Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
You want to fight, then how about you come and get one?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
We'll need to show ourselves. Make her boil over and forget her metal bindings. Fine by me. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember every crack and crevice. We'll need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you
She
from
doesn't
the
look too much
darkness.
different from last time.
Her face droops.
There you are. But this time you don't even have that little knife. Do you think this is a joke? Do you need me to break those fragile bones again to remind you how serious this is?
She's bubbling, hot with rage. We can't get close if we want to live. But we'll be able to draw her out
Interesting.
of here. She's hungry for us. I know I said this earlier, but I really have to stress how thin of a razor's edge you're on right now. We know the only way out is through the eye of the needle. And we're going to win.
Hopefully.
We'll need the steel claw. Grab it as we leave. Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap. Run.
So we're running. Do we play the...
Without hesitation,
Okay.
you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Like Knuckles in a Sonic Adventure.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
She's like chlamydia.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
Steel claw, now.
Take the blade, it's too late, run for the door. I'm curious what happens if you run. She'll kill us. If we take the blade, we die. Let's run.
You continue towards the door, vulnerable and unarmed. No, I can't let this happen. I can't let her leave with you. And what are you gonna do to stop that? I don't know. You try the door and oh, what a relief. It's stuck. Bash it open. Please, you can't.
I think you forgot something.
You feel the burning pain of something long and sharp driving through your back. It slices its way into your organs until finally it exits out the other
Interesting.
side, sticking into the wood of the door with an echoing thunk.
So I didn't know if she would kill me with dagger.
weapon. Great. We needed to take it. We're not dead yet. It's not over till we can't get up again.
Coward. All of this is so wrong. This isn't how things are supposed to be. This is so cold and disappointing.
That's sort of why I wanted to do this, because it's sort of throwing it off now.
Your body pinned to the door, you crane your neck to see her final approach. She is enveloped in complete lethality, and there is nothing you can do to stop her. I really didn't want it to have to end like this, but your death in here is better than her freedom. See you all next time.
What was that? That was weird. Something has taken her away. It's left something else in her place.
She's gone.
Weird.
Where did she go?
Holy
Should we
boys.
try
What's
and
that all
find her?
about?
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went. I don't know how we can go about looking for her. The narrator's gone.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. It's like it's mocking us. Let's just stay still. It is. Does that mean the world ended? It hasn't ended. We're still here.
The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. That thing reeks of death.
Reeks of
Screw
death.
the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
There's nowhere else to go. There's no other option, buddy.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Explore the mirror. Never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
It's a great story, man. It's awesome. It's so awesome. I'm waiting for her to be in the mirror and like jump out or something. Gaze into the reflection. As you reach forward, they're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. Oh, achievement! You are alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. Man, it's a brilliant story. Very, very creative. You are at a cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more. I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The prose of this game is beautiful. Do you know the narrator? Attack the entity, destroy your body.
She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends? Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one remembers a spark lost in time, and she would stop at nothing to reclaim it. She will make for a burning heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally remembered what she thought she'd lost.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Do not mourn her. Okay, is this the end of the world? Let's let her out there. Do you know the narrator? That's a silly question. Let's ask that.
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Huh. Okay.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. I know only that they are.
Okay. You sent me.
I have only
Bill
just
Princess.
now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Interesting. She's a prisoner of this too. Okay, that tells us more.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Is this the end of the world? What happens now? Attack the entity, destroy your body.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Interesting.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me
It's
more
such a
perspectives, so that
it's
I
so
may
trippy.
be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I understand. I understand.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape.
That's a really neat concept. That's
to
a really neat
remove.
concept. You being semantic? Are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. Everything, until we meet again. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Wow, so cool.
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
The music's great too.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
I'm not going back. See what happens.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Yeah, it's great. Voice acting's awesome, man. Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage?
How philosophical.
You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
I think I'm ready to return to a box. Did the game just crash? The game just crashed. And I'm getting a phone call. While I open the game up, give me 30 seconds.
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Sorry about that. That was really bad timing, guys. I may get one more call back really quick. So it actually wasn't a crash. That was part of the game. The second I started it back up, she said, "You've returned to me." So that actually was intentional. It was an intentional crash that you reboot the game. Very creative. I think Stanley Parable does the same thing. I might get one more call, unfortunately. I do apologize for that. It shouldn't be too long if I do even get one. Hopefully I can resolve it by text. I may have to mute it for a second. We'll see. But that was cool. That was really cool. So we waited forever. Game crashed. Opened it back up. And we're back here. I've never seen a game do stuff like that before. That's very, very cool. I know there's only one other option. That seemed like a legit crash. It did, but it starts right, like exactly, and she mentions that we were gone.
She
Like,
asks that I tell you to remember
breaking the fourth
her.
wall, man. Awesome.
You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Nice. We reset, we got an
You're
achievement
on
for
a
that. We did
path
it.
in the woods.
That was a playthrough.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Got 3 achievements so far.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Sorry, one sec. You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or RI on your controller. Okay. What are you talking about? Is there an option to just walk away, turn around and leave? Let's just turn around and leave and see what happens.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
We're gonna play a good guy this time, but first we're gonna leave. We're gonna see if we can just leave, just not even play the game. If you persist, I'll go to the cabin. I'll go to the cabin. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. There's one thing that matters. I'm not going to the cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path
Forced
also
you to do it
leads
anyways.
to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Okay, I'm going to the cabin, turn around.
You're really keen
again.
on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
What I learned is in the Stanley Parable, when you go through the blue door, he resets. It says go through the red door. And if you do it again, he resets. It says go through the red door. You're not listening. And if you do it a third time, I think he resets again. It says you're not listening. Go through the red door. But if you do it a fourth time, it unlocks like a different ending, I think, or something. So that's why I'm being stubborn, because I'd never thought of that really. But like, now we're gonna play like that. Just dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. Quietly continue down the path.
Your silence is deafening.
Right?
But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
I'm gonna just show up the princess again.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the
Jeez,
universe itself is doing its best to bring you
There's no way to get away from
fated
it.
confrontation with the princess.
I have to go in there. Fine. Yeah, well, I'm gonna start walking a different direction again. In fact, I'm gonna just keep trekking through the wilderness till I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar
Is the
wooden
music getting weird?
structures
Music's
through the
getting
leaves.
strange now.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
That's fun.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly
Oh my
tromping through
God.
the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
God. Okay, we're gonna keep walking away from the cabin. I feel like there's an achievement if you're stubborn.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So we already did this one as well. You can answer the same things.
Oh, that's clever! A little boring, though. It's extremely boring. Can we really do that? Can we really just do nothing? No, you can't just do nothing. You have to do something. Alright, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do nothing.
Forever.
Forever. Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me? It's getting fuzzy.
I wonder if once we start talking to her, it's gonna get more exciting. I think I'm just curious to see where this these are like the weird obscure
What is
endings
that?
and stuff. I feel like
Weird feeling. It's like I'm barely
I'm waiting for the
even
game to
here
crash
anymore.
again.
Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
Discord just died. Rip Discord. What do you mean? It's physical matter replaced by textured nothing. You find yourself in a long quiet once again. Memory returns. Interesting. Frustrating. This vessel is full of you. It's useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. This world is broken beyond your repair. You must weave something new. There's only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. See? Another achievement. Denial. Bam. Nice. Return to
You're
your
on a path
and...
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yeah, I thought that'd be another achievement. So that's sort of what I'm doing. Is let's weed out all the cool, weird endings we can get. All right. Is Discord down? Is that what you're saying? Like it's down right now? You can't open it? Or is the joke just going over my head? The joke's probably going over my head.
You're here to slay her. If you don't,
It'll be the end of the world. Okay. What are you talking about? Have you considered?
does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman
That was my
or a
point
miller
earlier.
or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Discord would die, I guess? Or Discord would get cancelled for trying to slay a princess? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to the end? Because she's locked? Okay, can't someone else do this?
Unfortunately,
Let's see all the
you're
cool
the only
answers.
one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't. Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Okay.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
I don't know if nihilists want the world to end. I think they just accept it for what it is. The end of the world. What are you talking about? Have you considered maybe, okay, forget it about doing this. Do I get some kind of reward for doing this? That's interesting.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
We're gonna talk to her this time.
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
I can open it. It just doesn't log on. So yes, down, dead, kaput. Okay. The end of the world. What are you talking about? Have you considered maybe the only reason? Yeah, we just silently into the cabin. Thanks for telling me what to do.
While I appreciate the mental
Oh, we did do that one
before you
before.
decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens. Causality doesn't
Yeah,
it's
we
no
did. We
use
saw this
unless,
answer
of
already.
course-
Okay. Silently continue to the cabin.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
So this is our first
You
playthrough.
make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
We could follow his advice and kill her without talking to her, grab the dagger and quickly run at her. That's what he said the first time before we started going through all kinds of different playthroughs. Or we could talk to her this time. Maybe we'll talk to her, see where that takes us, and then if it resets again, we can do it exactly as he says, pick up the dagger, don't talk to her as we head down the stairs. Just choose the option to slay her and see what happens there too.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
We'll talk to her now because I think it'll be cool to see what she has to say. I bet she'll have some cool dialogue. We'll explore some weird options there.
The
and then
interior
we'll,
of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
You're very funny, Dennis. My Discord's working too, which is weird. Like it's... the interior console's there. Yeah, we did see this one, I think. Yeah. Okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if
We'll enter the basement. Okay, I'll let you guys decide this time. Do we just kill her this time, as he requested? Don't talk to her. Don't look at her. Just take the blade, run down and do it, as he said we need to do. Or do we not take the blade this time and just talk to her this time and see where the conversation goes and everything else? At some point, it's going to reset and we can do the other option. But which one should we do first? I'll give it like a second if you want to answer. It's back. Discord is back. I'm happy to see that. Hear that. I was thinking of just talking to her now, see where that goes. But both could be interesting. Discord is alive. The prayers worked. Okay, we'll go into the basement. We'll talk to her. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And we'll see how far, because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of dialogue options. I feel like it's gonna open a lot of like passageways to new endings and stuff like that. And I feel like the slaying option is a little bit more closed,
the door
but I
to the
could be
basement
wrong.
creaks
We'll
open,
see.
revealing a staircase faintly illuminated
Well,
by an
reason with her, he
unseen
says.
light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Oh, sorry, I should quickly answer this text. Just a moment, I apologize. Sorry, guys, I will be done in just momentarily. Oh, Discord, so Discord's not working still for some people. It's interesting. Sorry, I gotta take this call. I'm so sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. So sorry about that, friends. Gave me an excuse to get a water as well. Okay, let's get into it. Should be no more No more of that. Let's get into it. I'm just gonna open up a Twitch again on the phone. Man, I'm watching Soda play. Soda Poppin's playing Elden Ring for whatever reason he's playing it again. I thought he already played it, but get distracted. It's so much fun to watch. Elden Ring, in my opinion, is like top stream content. In my opinion, nothing is more fun, for me at least, to watch than Elden Ring. Oh, I've watched so many people that I don't normally watch play Elden Ring just because it's such a fun stream game to watch.
Hello? Is someone there?
We're gonna reason with her.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Just checking in on you. Just checking in on you.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Why was it your first and last? Is it so frustrating to see all the mistakes I made? Or because like I got salty? Is that why? Or just it was boring for you?
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain
there
around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I'm sorry to say, like I'm excited for the DLC. I don't know how long that's going to take. That's going to be maybe boring for you to watch.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
She's beautiful.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Let's talk a bit first. I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Honestly, it's the same thing with BG3. I agree. It's fun because it's fun to see different playstyles. Really quick before I go forward, something I thought that was interesting is a few WoW streamers are playing Elden Ring right now, and they're all playing different builds. And I think it's so funny that I honestly thought, like, oh, like I was cheating. Dex is like cheap. It's cheese. Bleed build is so cheese. But then people are playing strength and like, ah, strength is cheese. People are playing spell, like, ah, spell is cheese. It's like, so is everything just cheese? Like, whatever you're not playing is the one that's like the hard one. That's what it just seems like. Everyone just moves the goalpost accordingly to whatever. So I don't know anymore, man. Not that I care anyways, but it's just like, I thought there was like set rules, like, oh, like spell's the easiest, dexterity's pretty easy to play, strength is a little bit harder. I don't know anymore, man. Everything's cheese. Everything's cheap.
You're
everything's
making
easy.
A huge mistake.
Some games you can watch 1,000 times. Not Elden Ring. It's a Dennis problem. Fair. That's fair.
No.
At least you know that.
You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key is still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. Now, this is where it can get interesting. Because if I ask if there are any other ideas, it'll probably send us back here. Because she'll say I have no more ideas, and then it will send us the inevitable. I'm going to check upstairs. So that's what I'm going to pick. Because I think the bottom option brings us to the next stage. I think the top option loops us back to this stage. Now, what makes the second option interesting is where my mind is going upstairs opens up the opportunity to grab the dagger again, which opens up further opportunities to change the narration of where the direction the story can go. I think it's fascinating how they keep giving you U-turns where you can backtrack on the decisions you've made to go down a different path again. It's confusing I'm sure to write a story like that because it gets all intertwined. It's like a giant web, but That's what I think. We'll see though. We'll see if clicking the top answer loops us back to here, to having to go back upstairs.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
That's not good, boys.
Is someone else here?
That's not good at all. I think we're about to get eaten. Hey, let me out of here. Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with, "You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done."
Really? You're locking me in here, you son of an onion.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Easier for whom?
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Who's they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth.
Wow, I wasn't
tearing through her limb
expecting
with
that.
the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Let's save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
As you can see, I still have claws. I still look like a monster, and I haven't killed her yet. It's interesting. But this is a really cool image right here, because it's like a dichotomy of, like, she looks very innocent and, like, cartoony, and then the grim imagery of what's happening, but the blood on her face is like the middle ground where, like, it's bastardizing
into her flesh,
I guess, like the beauty or the cuteness, because, like, the blood is like what ruins it essentially. It's brilliantly done. It may not seem intentional, but I'm telling you, the art team clearly put a lot of love into the making of this game. And little things like this is just like is the brilliance of it, because either you just look at it as one frame and you never think about it again, or you understand, like, the nuances they put into it, the detail. And you may think that, like, I'm crazy, but I promise you, the people that make this game actually care about every frame. They're passionate. You can tell, as with a lot of games, as with Baldur's Gate, they put a lot of love into everything they do. And I think it's for crazy people like myself that admire the little details, because I think they also admire the little details in other people's work. So to be able to keep the train of admiration going is a cool thing. When you create something, I guess, you create something hoping that it'll be appreciated the same way you appreciate many other works of art in the world.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours.
Great. The art is
blood
awesome.
from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the
Monster.
ground.
She has giant anime eyes. She does have giant anime eyes. That's why I think it's so funny. They intentionally gave her this cutesy appearance, in spite of the game being, like, so grim and dark and gory. And it's a strange, fun dichotomy, and it works well.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
It's a common theme in horror, where like Insidious, they play, like, Tiptoe Through the Tulips, or movies like that. They'll play, like, a fun song or an innocent song over a darker background, and it makes you it evokes this like strange feeling of like discomfort.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
What? You're making me do this? Are you kidding?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
That's crazy. Warn her. That's how cool is that? Look at that. How cool is that? There's so many options, and I wonder if I was a dev or whoever it is that makes games. Honestly, I would say make like option 6 a slightly different option. Make option 8 a slightly different option, and make option like 4 a slightly different option. They're all Slay the Princess, but like it'll be like a different dialogue option or a different animation, where it's like an Easter egg, where if you do this again and you get here, you try different options than the first one. It's not the exact same outcome. I don't know if that's the case. We're gonna warn her. This is the good run, so we're gonna warn her. But man, this is so cool. It keeps throwing me these through these loops I'm not expecting, and I don't know how to react. It's fun. I don't feel like I've ever been on what's the word I'm looking for? Not on edge, but I don't know if I've ever been like this
Stop that.
in the dark in a game in a while. I really don't know where it's going. Things keep happening that like are so surprising to me. It's normally like I'm able to predict stuff to a slight degree. The Stanley Parable was like very strange, that you can't predict. But like things that have a linear story generally, I sort of see where it's going. This one is like super, super imaginative and really fun.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward.
That's
the blade
crazy.
held low,
He made me
ready
do
to
this.
sink
That's
into her
nuts.
heart.
We were doing a good run.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist. There's a resist option. Holy man. I knew this game was perfect for you. Man, you're not
The
wrong.
blade. Move the blade.
You have such good picks, Dennis. You have such good taste. It's crazy. This, Diablo, and Stanley Parable were all Dennis picks, and he's crushed it with his recommendations. He said, one thing I'll say and then we'll get on, and I'll shut up. Dennis said to me a long time ago, because I asked him, do you like hip hop or do you like this genre? And he just said to me, I like whatever's good. And I'm like, that's so wise. You just like quality, and it just transcends genres. And he's absolutely spot on. All the games he's recommended have been good, regardless of the genre. They're all different genres, but they've all been brilliant.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
So that's interesting that she can recognize that. So maybe that gives me an out.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Okay, there's still maybe a path of
Sorry.
redemption.
I'll try
Oh
to be
no,
quick.
she's gonna kill us.
She plunges
Oh,
it
no.
into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Okay.
Whatever.
Alright, buddy.
She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
This narrator is pissed.
I'm sorry.
That's... Okay, we're just gonna move on.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
It's a shame Torn isn't here for this.
I'm so sorry.
Is that it? Oh, I had to click something. Okay.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
This is a really cool shot as well. Just some of the frames, or whatever you want to call them, stick out more, and this is a really, really cool one. I don't know why I like it. I like the angle, and blood dripping off the dagger, the blood splatter, something about it. It just looks really cool. And I like how your choice of the game was all like gray tones, whites, blacks, because it makes the red, the crimson, like really stand out more. It gives it more oomph and emphasis.
It can't just end like this, right?
I think the black and white tone really lends itself to the genre, the storytelling. If it was color, even if the colors were grim or gothic, I don't think it would work as well. I think this color palette really, really makes it perfect.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
No, we're back. It's not done yet. I didn't know if that would be the end, but it's reset
You're
again.
on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I'm curious to know. So here's the one question with this game, and then we'll keep going. I'm sorry to keep interrupting. If this game has like, I don't know, like let's say like 16 endings, or even if it has like 8 endings, that would be a long time. Like the Stanley Parable, I don't know how many endings it has. When streamers play this game, do they do like every ending? Is that like what a playthrough is? If I were to Google like, you know, like Soda Poppet playing this game, would he make sure he streams every ending, or would he just do a few endings for like a few hours and then? Because I've never played a game like this before, so I don't know what the proper. I mean, you can do whatever you want, anyways. But is there a proper way to do it that generally you complete all the endings and show that, and that's how it's done, or do you just like play? You get a few of them, and then maybe you revisit it at a later time. Because the latter,
here to slay her.
The latter ones almost seems better.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Like if I didn't get all the endings in Elden Ring, which I didn't, it sort of gives the opportunity to play a few more games and then revisit Elden Ring in like a few months and try to get a different ending. And it would sort of be the same thing here, I would think. Stanley Parable, try to unlock some more achievements, do a different ending, but I'm not sure. I don't know what generally is done. And I may do different anyways, but I'm just curious if I don't even know if there is like a general thing people do. Want to know how many endings it has? Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't spoil anything. Sure. Let's see. Because if it's like 2, if it's like maybe like 5 endings, then maybe we can do it in one stream. But if it's like 15, then that may be that would probably take a while. To figure out like 15 endings, I'd have to remember what choices I made and what choices I have to make different. I'd have to start getting a notebook out, I feel like. Because I'm not going to remember what paths I've already taken if it's that many endings. If I'm going to guess, though, I'm going to say it has, like... I'm going to guess it has 4 endings. 4 endings seems like a good number. It has 6 endings. Okay. 6 endings. That's a good number. That's more than I expected, I'll be honest. But that's pretty cool. Okay, so, this is the pacifist round. So...
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about?
In this
We just met
playthrough,
for the first time.
The narrator is the bad guy, and the princess is... We're trying to rescue the princess. So I'm not trusting the narrator, and I'm going to try to do what I can to ignore him and rescue the princess. We've already done it round 1. This is round 2. There's probably going to be round 3 as well. But regardless of what he says or anyone else says, our mission is to not trust him. He's lying to us. She's telling the truth. And we're going to try to go through this round and get whatever ending that would be.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
You're smitten.
If
Now
we're
you
going
got
to
smitten.
save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
All right, now we got smitten here.
Our beloved?
There are many ways to get to the endings. I figured as much. I figured, like...
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Okay, I'll ask this one more time, because I don't remember if you guys answered or not, or if you guys even know. Is the narrator the same as the hero or my voice? Am I also the narrator? Not it'll be the same character, but is it the same actor? Because they're different, but they sound similar enough that it could be the same actor, and he's just changing his voice. And I can't tell.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Why should I listen to you? Why shouldn't I bother doing anything? Proceed to the cabin to run leave. All right.
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Did he answer this already before?
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met
This is
me,
a
or at
slightly
least
different
a
variation.
version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
We're not going to listen again. We're going to take it for as
You
far
were
as
the
we
one
can.
who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue with you.
The back
I'm
and
just going
forth
to
is
take
so
a
funny,
deep
man.
breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was,
What's the point of doing anything?
If you're
He's
asking
imitating
that,
us.
it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Okay, it is the same dude. Wow, good for him. Because it does sort of sound like him, but it sounds different enough that it sounds like a different person. So that's impressive. For one guy to be able to do all those voices, he's a great voice actor.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
It's the inflections when he speaks. I think that makes a big difference. You can tell who's talking.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
But what does it matter? Because we're back here again anyway. So even if she ended the world, are we just cycling this forever?
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme. Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
This just dawned on me, and I don't know how I just made this connection. This entire game is the Stanford Prison Experiment. That's essentially what this is. Or it's the shock experiment, which I believe is like similar, where they're like, if you press this voltage, it shocks someone in another room. But more so the Stanford Prison Experiment, where like you think, because I think the morality comes into question, where supposedly the people are telling you she's bad, and you haven't made that assertion yourself yet. You don't know that she's bad, but the authority figures are telling you she's bad, and your job is to protect others. So you not only are you destroying something that's bad, you're actually protecting people at the same time. So if you didn't have the Batman mentality of just wanting to extinguish evil is enough to motivate you to kill her, maybe the potentiality that you could be killing other people by not destroying her is enough motivation. I think that's interesting because it's coming from two separate perspectives of like ethics or whatever, where if you're not someone that's like, it's for justice, she's an evil person, we defeat evil, maybe that doesn't do anything for you. Like, who cares? I don't have the evidence to prove that she's bad, so I don't want to hurt her. But the fear that your loved ones may die if you don't kill her is an added layer, which makes it more interesting. This I don't know. Either this is really annoying to hear me ramble like this. I don't know, but it gets me thinking. This game, it's cool. I'm going to find a way to save her from that cabin. Why are we talking about her? Let's just save her.
That's right. You can't
That's our
stop
goal.
all of
Our goal
us.
this time is to save her.
We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does. Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
Let's talk about the princess, proceed to the cabins. Let's talk about
Just
her.
be quick about it.
The only reason she's able to kill me last time was because I let her. She could barely hold a knife. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more.
Yeah,
You'll just
it
have
makes
to
you
trust
think,
that
man.
What I'm
It's
saying is true.
the
and
trolley
that
experiment,
despite
right?
it
That's
all,
what it is
you're
also. It's
fully
the
up
trolley
to the
experiment.
task that's been given to you.
I was saying Stanford Prison Experiment. I was saying the shock experiment, whatever. But this is the trolley experiment, really. It's end one life to save potentially more lives, or don't, but then potentially kill more people as a result. That's actually what this is. But it's a little bit of both, because the authoritarian perspective of the Stanford Prison Experiment, where they're like, hey, listen to me and like punish these people.
Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world. Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is.
Don't overcomplicate things. Why couldn't they slay her? We asked that before. You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail will just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more... Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it's
Take my word. He did say that before. That's all.
great. Now, if you don't mind...
Turn around and leave. Proceed to Kevin. Okay, so moving
warning.
forward,
Before you go any
it
further.
seems like we've explored a lot of these options, so we can skip and get to this part a little bit faster next time, unless there's more different
she
options.
will lie, she will
So
cheat,
he already said this,
and she will
so
do
we can skip it.
everything in her power. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game.
This
It's
is different,
your
so I'll keep
lies
this.
that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
So I love that I'm smitten.
I think we've
I'm like in
already
love with
been
her.
over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must
Sorry
be
to do this.
expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions
up?
are strong and all, but not everyone needs
Oh,
to hear them.
dude.
Some things are better kept
Have a wonderful
quiet.
day. Thanks for chilling. It's always fun to talk, man. Seriously, thank you for recommending this game. This is so much fun. Yeah, have a fabulous day at work tomorrow. I look very far. I was reading a little bit about the new Diablo season. I can't wait to play it with you. So it'll be fun. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for chatting as always, man.
Don't pay their bickering any mind.
I'm sure we'll talk on Discord. at
Focus
some
on the
point.
task ahead.
Proceed into the cabin. Okay, remember, this at all costs is saving her. Going against the narrator. Narrator's lying to us. She's telling the truth.
The
no matter
interior
what.
of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We're not taking the blade. He didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. This whole cabin is different than last time. Take the blade into the basement.
Very different. Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery
So
last
obsessed
time.
with the princess.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Take the blade. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door.
There
What
isn't
are
much
you
to see
talking
here.
about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror
Once you
once we
wipe
wipe
off
off
that
that
layer
layer
of
of
grime.
grime.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall,
I hope you know how... There was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Feather out of place. Take the blade and, well, enter the basement. If I may ask, by the way, if anyone's still watching on YouTube, if I may ask to like the video. It seems to help other people find
The door
us.
to the
I
basement
appreciate
creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls.
Pity.
The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
It's the one thing that's consistent every single time. Slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Every time. It's the only thing that's consistent.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Alright, we're not slaying her.
Her voice. It's somehow
We don't even
more
have a blade to slay her
beautiful
with,
than
so we
last
just have to
time.
talk to her.
I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Do you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Where's this going?
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved
Notice how the
hands
music's
remain
uplifting right now?
unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? That's a good question. So I feel like we'll be able to come back to and ask a lot of these questions again. Last time narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
You died, and now we're talking.
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why'd you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy
is
and
so
make
strange.
the best decision for everyone.
This voice of Smitten, this Smitten, this is every, Twitch user.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? But before we start talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She
It's a
wants
strange
to make
answer.
us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No. I don't want the world to end. That's an interesting...
At least you're being honest. I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a nihilist. The princess shifts in uncomfortable confusion.
Me too. I don't.
She wasn't confused for long. If she doesn't care, then clearly she didn't end the world.
It would take a great desire for evil to do something so inconceivable, and our dearest has not an ounce of cruelty within her. All is well, and it's high time we rescued our beloved.
Rescue the princess.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously
that.
step forward
The rolling
and
R.
free our beloved from her binding. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will
Interesting.
end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Why don't we just slide her arm
You
through?
approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not
Wow.
trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Are we dying?
Princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful
I
embrace.
feel like we're dying.
Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Explore. What do we do now? We leave, and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next. Just pick that answer.
That sounds perfect.
Is this actually an ending?
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they
Is this actually an
intertwine
ending?
with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk
Wow.
up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
That's what I'm curious to see. Is the world gonna end?
Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
The dagger's gonna be there now. Is he gonna make me stab her?
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're
You
supposed
made me
to
stab her
leave now.
last time.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
I wonder if there's a way we could pick the lock with the dagger instead or something, or break it down with the dagger.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand.
We didn't just
Our
meet her, we've, like,
passions
been
run
through this
deeper
now,
than
like, 12
anything
times
you
already.
have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Think you can open it? I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay. Yeah.
Teamwork
let's do
makes
it.
the dream work.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door.
Blech.
Together. Blech.
And the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
Love wins. Love always wins.
I
Love is
told
the
you
answer.
our love was insurmountable.
Love is insurmountable, like the highest mountaintop.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. That's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
You're not doing that. Take the blades. No, we're not doing that. We've gone this far. We're not slaying the princess.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works.
Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
Is that your actual channel name? Add channel name? That's very clever. It's a very funny name. That's your actual name. I didn't know if that was like the YouTube app messing up or if that was actually what you named your channel. That's funny. All we need to have is each other. What if we just stayed here and built a life together? Stop with these interruptions. I already made up my mind. We're leaving. I don't know. Let's leave. See
Yes,
if
I
the world
suppose you
ends.
are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to
That's
the
your channel
cabin,
name. That's so clever. That's so funny.
and then you step outside.
Hey, we got an achievement. Romantic Haze. Your love will set you free.
Our happy ending at last.
Wow, did you actually get a good ending?
We did it. What should we do now?
She gets like sucked up by that stuff.
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Yeah, the hands. Yep, so I'm gonna see that girl again now, I bet. Whatever that god is, or whatever she is. Because she said, well, until we see her again. You don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
gone.
Yes, see her again. Awesome.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is not the end for you. It's not the end for me. Just trust me, you've been here before. You always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
It's not the end of everything on the other side is going to be nice. It's not the end for you. Or it's the end for you, but not for me.
Okay. She'll be there waiting for us.
Approach the mirror. Now it should be our friend again. That angel woman, whatever, that ethereal, whatever she is. This should be the second time we're meeting her now. The bloat. You've grown. Interesting. It's the second achievement. Interesting. What does that mean? Find yourself in long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Yep, there she is again. You're at the cabin. Approach her. Does she look different this time? Nope.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is
Let's
a
run through the ringer,
child
ask
the
her all the
same as an
questions.
infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer? What does it feel like to change like this? Interesting. When it's back, the invisible wall closes around me. You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What does it feel like to change like
Eyes
this?
close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Everything you say feels like a riddle.
I'm sorry. Words are difficult
Doesn't
for
seem
me.
what they are. She speaks with beautiful prose.
They never fully weave what I wish to say.
Ask about the vessel. Okay, I'll ask about the vessel.
If you
I'll ask
do
about the
not
vessel.
like my
So you've played this game
answers,
before.
then you
Channel
need
name,
not
add channel
ask me
name. Interesting.
questions.
Okay, this is my first time playing it. It's really neat. I've never played anything like this before. It's really cool. So we'll ask about the vessel.
The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart.
Interesting. I understand what they mean. Okay.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am. What I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You know that in the end this would kill you, and I would go back to these invisible walls close around me, looking at the same things I've done before. What do you want me to bring you next time? That's an interesting question. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean,
Crazy,
you have
cool,
given
and
me
weird.
enough
That's a
to
good way
build
to put it.
upon.
Crazy, cool, and weird.
My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. The task of finding my vessels is your burden to carry. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Mm-hmm. Good answer.
Do not worry. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
You know, at the end of this, once you finish, it would kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover. Those paths
Look
lead
at all
to
the dialogue
worlds
options,
you've
see what she
already
says.
seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Interesting. So I can't make the same mistakes I already made. That's because I was afraid, like, what if I will? So you don't have any preferences how you'd like to change or grow. I don't want to hurt you, but more times go back, the worse your things will be.
The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side,
Deep, very
for I
deep.
would not know your absence. My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Okay. And I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Reset again? Yep. Oh, a gentle heart. Bring the damsel to her. So that was another achievement. So we got some achievements so far, so that's cool.
You're on a
Okay.
path in the
Now,
woods,
we're going
and
to
at the
do
end of that
exactly
path
as the narrator
is
says.
a cabin.
We haven't done this one
And
yet.
in the
He says
basement
don't
of
talk
that
to her,
cabin
grab the dagger, kill her
is a
straight away.
princess.
We're gonna follow him to a T. Last time we ignored him. We saved the princess. Now the princess is lying. The narrator's telling the truth. He's not hiding anything. So
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end.
okay. End of the world. So we're just going to silently continue to the cabin. We could have done
You
the
make your way
revolution
up the
one. A
short
silly
path
answer,
to the
but
cabin. You'll find the princess. A warning before you go any further.
following orders.
She will lie. She will cheat.
So last time I
and
spoke
she
to
will
her,
do everything
and
in
she
her
like took the
power
dagger
to stop
from me
you
and beat
from
me up.
slaying her.
So this time,
Don't
we're not
believe
going
a
to talk
word
to her.
she says.
We're not going to believe a word she says. We're not going to talk to her. We're not
We're not
going
going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
So the narrator knows what he's talking about. We're going to proceed. We're going to grab the dagger, kill her right away, no talking. Because we haven't done that yet. So we'll see what this outcome does for us. Because the talking
The
outcome
interior of the cabin is almost
went
entirely
down an
bare.
interesting path. And we're
The
going to have to try
air
that again,
is
I'm sure.
stale and
But
musty,
this is a
and the
completely
floor
new
and
like,
walls are
playthrough,
painted in a
or
fine
playthrough,
layer of
attempt.
dust. The only furniture of note,
Explore take the blade
you take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the...
into the basement. Now, we've heard this many, many times already, if this is your first time here. So we may
door
like,
to the
fast forward through
basement
some of the
creaks
dialogue we've
open,
heard many, many times.
revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Continue down the stairs. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
So now it's going to be new dialogue, probably because of the
You walk
narrators.
down
I'm
the
listening to
stairs
them.
and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the bed.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Steal your nerves and step forward. So we're not going to talk to her. He said kill her. So that's what we're not. That's all we're going to do.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
We've already
She's
seen what she can
unarmed.
do, so we're just
If you
going to...
hesitate now, it'll be too late.
No hesitation.
End this.
Drop the blade, slay the princess. Not drop the blade, explore where she kills us. Okay, slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
It's not going to work, so she's going to, like, knock us out or something.
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder,
Are you drinking any?
do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
So we reset again?
But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She's dead. I'm not sure. I feel like she still has some kind of trick in her sleeve. course. That was too easy. Let's just be dumb. Let's just say the narrator told us to kill her, so we're just following the narrator. We're just following orders, so she's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
She gonna kill me?
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good.
It's a trolley experiment,
One
right?
of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave. Interesting.
You
So what does that
open the
mean?
cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
Being dumb is the smartest thing to do. Fair,
What
that's
happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Let me out of here, okay. Oh, okay. Following
So
orders.
glad you're keeping an open mind. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
I'm happy. We're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
I would never, agree with authority. So this is a very, strange playthrough that I'm choosing right now. That's why I want to do this. So I'm curious where this takes us. No, we're happy. I'm sure of it. I would never pick this option. This is a crazy option. That's why I'm picking it, 'cause I'm curious what avenue it's going to take us down.
Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears.
You're crazy.
Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Good ending! You did it! You saved
You have
everyone!
already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Past the point of no return. There's no going back now. We did it, boys! The good ending! Hey, fresh cut grass, yeah. Cool, we did it. Maybe I'm not happy, and I'm not just saying that because you're the last person I talked
Good.
to.
Because I have an idea to get us out of here. Though you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out
That's
of this.
scribbled. That's so silly, guys. That's so ridiculous.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to
So
end.
why does the narrator want me
Do
to
you not?
stay here?
There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead? Anything to get out of this hell. No, we're following orders. Let's see what
How
happens.
astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we'd die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever.
So what's the liberation of dying? Wouldn't that be the same thing? You're just trading one nothingness for another nothingness?
I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
Better be right about this. I'll be pretty upset if we die. Anything to get... So this was my thing. It's now backed me into a corner where I can't really choose anything else. And I wanted to do that until it got me into this position. Because now I've exhausted all my other options, essentially, which is like following the narrator. So this is rebelling more than this is. Because I'm still sort of not really believing myself here. This is like not believing the narrator. So we'll go with this option because it's still closer aligned to following the narrator's instructions.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want.
You have to continue.
I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Using the blade would be using the blade.
The end.
Nice knowing you.
Nice knowing you.
Are we going to see that like angel woman again? Ah, we get a chapter 2.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that
we're going to
path
follow the narrator's
is a
instructions
cabin.
again.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Getting terrible since deja vu. We did this already. Proceed to the cabin. So we'll proceed to the cabin again. This is round 2 of the following him. We'll keep following his instructions and see where it takes us.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
So the first few playthroughs we did, the very, very first one we did, I trusted my own gut. I was hesitant of the narrator. I was hesitant of the princess. I tried to kill her. She fought me, turned into a demon. I kept reliving this. And she kept getting stronger and turning into a demon. And eventually, I think I gave up. And she sort of got, like, upset with me that I sort of gave up killing her. Then we... What were the other options? We went down a few different weird options. Then we saved her. Well, now we'll follow the narrator, what he says. And we'll follow him blindly this way, and we'll see where this takes us. This is round 2. So it may be a different outcome again. And then maybe...
She won't.
I don't know, we'll see what we'll do. We'll see where this takes us, and we'll see what we'll do after this. The voice of the cold. Look at that, it's a new voice now. So we haven't seen, we've heard Smitten, we've heard, I don't know if it was Fearful or something else like that. We've heard a few different ones.
The interior of the cabin is cold.
This is a different cabin as well. I haven't seen this cabin.
Permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
Yeah, an Oni woman. Yeah. She's like a demon kind of thing. And I've seen it. It was a castle. It was like a futuristic castle. It was a few different things. It's been a few different buildings now. I've come back many times. I've had many conversations with the princess.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long time.
Add channel name. Have you done every ending? My friend, I believe, told me there's 6 total. Have you gotten all the achievements? Have you experienced everything?
Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
He didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Approach the mirror, take the blade, enter the basement. He did say, oh no, he said to kill her.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement.
Hey,
There's
Torrance, great to see you, man.
here.
Hope you're having a nice day.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? Let's just go into the basement and find her body so we can be done with this.
I care whether I'm being lied to. You're right, doesn't matter. Alright.
I care less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless?
So strange.
What
This,
good
this
would it
mirror
even
thing
do?
keeps happening. Approach the mirror, take the blade into the basement. We'll approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it.
I wonder what
Clearly,
this
it's not
disappearing
even
mirror
important
means.
enough to be acknowledged.
Into the basement, explore, take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Into the basement.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally.
Naturally.
As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
Alone again, naturally.
As you descend the
Wow,
final
she's dead.
step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath
ghost.
the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
Wow, she looks like
Finally,
Sally a little bit
The
from
rest of
Nightmare
the
Before
body
Christmas.
floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost!
It's like Scooby-Doo.
Oh,
A ghost.
how absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller.
Didn't mean to skip
I
that.
was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send
He is-
shivers dancing across
He's
your
a fun
skin.
character.
So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
How do you kill that which has no life? We have a dagger, and it's not the dagger of 1,000 truths. So how is this supposed to work? He said slay the princess.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter
Yeah, it's
how
a
many
ghost.
times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
You're adorable when you're confused. But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
If I knew I'd have to talk with you again, I wouldn't have slain you. Stop playing the victim, you threatened me last time. Okay, team, I'm out of ideas. Thoughts? Slay the princess harder. Fine, if I can't hurt you, then there really isn't anything for me to do here. I guess I'll get going. Leave her in the basement. What slay the princess harder? That's the neat part. You don't. Oh man, I love. I haven't finished watching Invincible, but it's so funny. The show is like a walking meme. There's so many quotable lines in that show. So you're not going to follow the narrator now? No, we'll follow him. We'll slay the princess harder.
You swing at the princess once more,
It's not gonna
and
work.
once more your blade cuts through nothing as she disappears.
Really?
She's gonna
Her
murder
voice
us.
chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirl around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs, looking you over with grim disappointment. She draws in close.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, killer. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me so we could get out of here. Together.
Oh boy. Is that where that meme comes from? I believe it is. I believe it's from Invincible, the show. It's on Amazon.
All I ever wanted was to leave this place. All I ever wanted was to find a way back home. Wherever home is.
I was gonna say, I don't know even where her home is.
Her eyes turn from
waiting
wells
for her
of
to, like, jump at
sorrow
the
to
screen.
pits of wrath as she stares into you.
I guess violence is the only language you speak.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then
Rips your heart out in your hand,
Yes.
like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
nothing happens.
Are you sure about that? Something should have happened.
And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Are we dead? Did you miss? Stare at her in silence. Step away.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
True. Play the princess.
You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound.
Who's gonna clean that up?
But it's too little, too late.
Heart Ripper, another
In
achievement.
her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart.
Did we get her?
Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
Now this ending is like a Tales from the Crypt kind of ending.
See you soon, killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark, and you die.
Wow, chapter 3, that's exciting. So we're gonna keep listening to the
You're on a path in the wood, and here
Narrator.
we go again. Off to slay her again.
The deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it.
Voice of the Cheated. That's a new
Come
one.
on, let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer.
Oh, Torin, the Stanley Parable was so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
what
god,
if
I've never
there
played a game
isn't?
like that. I've never played a game like
Aren't
this
you
either,
listening
honestly.
to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start?
Yeah, it was definitely rigged. Cards were stacked against us. Stanley Parable was incredible. It was a crazy game. I didn't get all the endings, and I don't know if I'll get all the endings to this game either. But it's so much fun, and I love horror. So this feels like the Stanley Parable, where it's like, again, there's all these different avenues you could go down, so many different endings you can get. The game never really ends. It's just this one is more like aligned with my interests. They're both brilliant games. The Stanley Parable is more like humorous, I think. This is more like
That's ridiculous.
it's got humor too, but
There'd
it's
be
like
no
it's like
point in
dark
all this if it
fantasy
was just some kind of-
sort of, which is cool.
Cosmic busy work.
But they're both brilliant games. If I had to rate both games, honestly, this and Stanley Parable both get a 10 out of 10. And you're like, well, a 10 out of 10 isn't that too much? But it's like, no. What the game does is perfect. I couldn't recommend anything that either game could do to make it better. I'm not saying it's the greatest game of all time. I'm not comparing it to other games. I'm just saying for what the game is, from the start to the finish, for the cost of it, and the entertainment value that you get out of it, I think it's perfect. It's a good enough product that's worth the money. I don't feel like I'm being swindled. And it gives me enough hours of entertainment that I feel like if anybody's getting swindled, it's them. I feel like I'm getting a lot more time and enjoyment out of this game than the cost of the game, especially if it's on sale. So that to me is like a perfect game. It doesn't have to be anything more than it is.
I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be, seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them. Okay, so you've already been here. Twice, even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the princess. Well, we didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves. And why, pray tell, did you do that? Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us. That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending.
Well, we already sort of got that, right?
The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void, and then you told us we were happy. Well, were you happy? Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful. Yes. And then she killed us. Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay,
All
let's
the
try
voices
to
are
get
great.
back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The
Yeah,
world
looks,
is real. The
looks
people
somewhat
in the
have
world
that. It
are
does,
real.
right.
And the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seems to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish. All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free.
Okay. Why should I help you? All you're going to do is lock us away forever again. We've killed her, we've been killed by her, and neither of those things have gone well for us. If we're going to fall through this loop forever eventually, we're going to let her out. Might as well do it now. What happens if we don't go to the cabin? That's the other option. Proceed to the cabin. Something else we haven't tried. Turn around and leave. We have tried turning around and leaving before. Why should we help you?
Tell you what, I won't do that. I promise.
So we're going to trust him again.
Oh yeah, sure.
This is the
that
trust the
changes
narrator playthrough.
everything. I mean, he did promise, and you believed him. If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes, and that's a hedge, not a wager. I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate. So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different. I'm not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for. They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see
We're gonna
things
trust him.
clearly.
Okay, I suggest you use it. Okay. So, proceed to the cabin.
You continue down the path towards the cabin. It isn't
She'll be
long
a
before
ghost
you're
again, I'm
steps
sure.
away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do.
Now, what's the inside of the cabin going to look like? This is what I'm curious to see.
The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care. It sounds like somebody's about to crack.
Are you trying to reverse psychology me, or have you given up?
There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue. Would you look at that? We want. Take it however you will.
Enter the cabin.
The interior of the cabin
Oh,
is
it's
long
really
and
different.
dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is...
That's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Interesting.
Great. Something else has been
Can't slay the
taken away
princess.
from us. I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go.
Blade or not,
Blade
doesn't
or
really
not,
matter, does it?
doesn't really matter, does it?
Guess it doesn't, boys. Let's pretend there is a mirror at the end of this hallway, and now right now we can't see what's behind it.
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement. The way to the basement. Don't you mean door? No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just
an
an
opening.
opening. What are the odds she's waiting for us right behind it? If I were running a bullshit factory, let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you, and certainly not the princess. The princess is in the basement. He can't see the mirror. The knife is gone, defying his expectations. Who the hell is
This
calling
is
the shots
interesting.
here? Nobody is calling the shots. That's how reality works.
Approach the mirror.
You
Now,
slowly
last
make your way
time,
towards
we
the
could
gaping
smash the
maw that
mirror or
awaits you.
just touch the
Your
mirror.
fraying nerves
We're gonna smash
buzz
this
with
time if we
trepidation,
can.
the chill wind raising your
Unless
hackles
she
as
just
it
shows up
gently
in it.
pushes you forward towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. We've always been watched. You're watching us right now. Sometimes the feeling is just stronger than others. I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over.
A patient.
You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there.
Wipe the mirror clean. Can't smash it.
Here we go.
So it can just be her face.
You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Nothing. It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again? I know exactly how you feel.
Now we're getting horror. It hasn't been horror like this for a little bit, so this is cool. Like, or not even a little bit. I haven't seen this. This is the most horror we've seen in this game so far.
Shit. Where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a
Thank you.
beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she,
Princess,
the princess, constricts.
with a cappuccino. Hey, Stand, welcome back. So, Stand, you may have missed it. We got a good ending. I think we got a bad ending. We got a few achievements. Now she's like a ghost. She's trying to kill us. This is like the most horror it's been. So like, you're just in time for fun.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse. And you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear,
Ice latte
crowded
sounds
with far
wonderful.
too many long and crooked teeth.
But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right.
Yep.
I thought maybe you'd seen what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over.
I am too, man.
Even after I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for what? I didn't go anywhere. You didn't banish me. I'm right back here with you.
What's
a
for
little
dinner?
better, a little worse. Well, maybe a lot worse. So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here.
Ooh, that's a cool ending.
And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless. Just like you left me.
That's a cool
I
ending.
say we let her do it. Do we even have a choice? You always have a choice. Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade? Well, unless you have any specific ideas. I think my vote's the only one that counts.
Do you have to brew this shot over ice, or is it brewed hot and cooled down after? I know pretty much nothing about cold drinks. That's same. Look, we're even now. I killed you, and then you killed me. Water under the bridge, right? I never wanted to hurt you. I don't even know how I got here. I'm a victim of all this, too. Would possessing me against my will make you no better than me? You don't have to be evil. You don't have to do this. Can I just open the door for you? That's a weird option. It's fine. I actually came here to free you. Struggle.
Oh, that's a good one.
Evil is all about perspective. After all you've done, why would I ever care about what you think of me?
So this is something that's interesting about evil, especially in storytelling, and that's evil written well is that the villain doesn't think they're the villain of the story. Other than the Joker, who just wants pure chaos, he actually likes the idea of chaos and suffering. He's one of the few villains that actually, like, doesn't have a goal other than just chaos. That's why he burns the money in the Dark Knight. Most villains are after world domination, control, money, power. The Joker is none of that. That's what makes him so interesting. But any other villain, Lex Luthor or the Penguin, from their perspective, they're not actually doing something wrong. They think they're doing the right thing, and the rest of the world doesn't understand it from their perspective. They get it. It's so clear to them, their vision. The rest of the world doesn't understand it. And when you write evil like that, it makes for a more interesting character. And that's sort of what she's saying. It's her perspective. She's like, why would I care about you? You're the bad guy in the story. I'm the victim of this story. You're the bad guy. But from our perspective, we're the victims. We were thrown into this whole situation. We didn't want to kill her. We were forced against our will. So it's for the perspective. It's interesting. Okay, fine. Just do it.
And sometimes victims become the same as their victimizers. Just because someone hurt you doesn't mean you get a free pass.
True.
You should be grateful that I still have a use for you. Being mine is more than you deserve, really. Enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once this place is far behind us.
How will we be able to talk? I
You
wonder.
remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle.
I brew it. Just mix it with cold milk and sometimes brew it over hot chocolate. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Oh my
Sure,
god.
you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head?
Just manifest a
And
rock.
crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess.
Would you still? I feel like some of you in chat would. I feel like there's like at least like 25% that still would.
Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume.
I'm
There's
that
supposed to be a
25%.
pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up. Are you seriously trying to blame this on us?
We're inches away from death and we're having like this conversation with ourselves right now.
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul.
Does the soul have a membrane?
You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong. It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. There's another option, you know.
What's that? Throw ourselves out the window?
Don't help either of them. Flip the table.
Flip the table. Whoops.
That gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere. Let's throw ourselves into the abyss.
Interesting. Let me ask anybody watching if you're willing to like the video. It seems to help other people find us as well, but there's never any pressure.
Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step
Ouch.
towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
It's beautifully written. I've said that a few times now, but really the writing is just brilliant. Leave the cabin, throw your body into the abyss. I sort of want to leave the cabin. I sort of want to see where that takes us. Damn. Oh, we could save it, actually. Let's save it. Let's see where this takes us. Let's save it. So now we have that, and we can backtrack and then see another option at a later date. That's cool. That's really cool. So I'll let you guys decide. Do you guys... Should we leave the cabin? Should we throw our body into the abyss? The narrator, I think, would say to throw our body into the abyss. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should... This is the listen to the narrator run. But I wonder what leaving with her does. Damn. Okay, let's leave the cabin.
You toss the last of your will aside and surrender to the princess.
Then we can load it and just see what happens if it resets.
Shit. I guess that's that. An end is an end. Let's... Your body inches along the corridor, every step more difficult and painful than the last. Your joints stiff and unresponsive, the shattered bones of your ankle grinding ceaselessly, as if they're fragmenting, then reforming, then snapping all over again as you make your way towards the outside world.
I may be able to turn around still.
But despite the anguish, it doesn't feel like the exit to the cabin is getting any closer. If anything, it's getting further away.
It doesn't matter how long this hallway is. I will drag the bodies under a case of meat and feathers. I will be free.
Please, just let her out.
Yes, let me out.
It's pointless, isn't it? I can't
I think
stop
the
her
cat
without
wants her
you,
out too.
and you'd already given up by the time we met. No, screw that. The hallway gets even longer.
You have described me into submission. The door is right there.
It really is, isn't it?
Interesting.
I placed your bloody hand on the door. I made you twist the handle.
Isn't saying all of this his job?
It's gone.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? I had a feeling you could deal with him
Interesting.
for us.
I didn't expect any of this.
He dealt with it himself.
This is it then.
The big
The
moment.
big moment. I just hope it's a way out.
Are we gonna see our friend again, that ancient one?
Place as we push forward. The air is different here.
Yep, another achievement, the passenger. When taken against your will, witness your enemy's freedom. Cool, we got an achievement for that.
We're us again. How interesting. We actually won, didn't we?
What is happening to me?
Oh, we're seeing our friend again. This is another ending. Now we're gonna see her again. Sick. Didn't answer her before she's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay to trust. We've been here before. You always get scared.
I would have kept them in the dark if I were you. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. So you're the real puppet master here? Can't believe I tried to help you.
Approach the mirror. Ha, now we get to see our angel friend again. Gaze into the reflection. Silence as you reach forward. We're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The decay. Ah, you're withered. It's another achievement. Proceed to the cabin, and our friend should be there. Yep. Ooh, she's different.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Interesting.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my
That's a
waters
contradiction of
flow
itself.
and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
I like how some of the hands are actually holding her head up now. They're holding her hands up because she's like falling apart. They're holding her spine up. It's cool.
This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make
The
for
music
a
doesn't have
driven
compute. Well,
heart.
that's the brilliance of this whole game, Torin, and I don't know how well you know it. The whole thing is like this weird dichotomy of like beauty, and it's sort of like rippling with the idea of like death, and death being like as much of a sweet release as it is being like something to fear. It's strange. It's a strange game. It's a beautiful game though. Like this is why people for a long time fought for games to be like recognized as like an art form. Now we recognize games as an art form, as video game awards, all that stuff. But when games first came out, I think some people, the originators of video games, had ideas like this, where they knew that the medium of video games is just a medium that could be used to explore stories differently from how you would do so in a book or a film. And it's allowed for games like this to exist. I think it's brilliant. I think it's awesome.
Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore. As easily as you can stand to be you, you are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurt.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Right? It's crazy. It's so philosophical.
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think that's because of the people that create the games. That's their vision or whatever. But I think when video games first came out, there was like a mentality of people, and this is usually when any technology is new, where people are like, it just rots the brain, it's distraction, it's a waste of time, there's no value to video games, it's like, it's gonna make kids dumb and rot their brains. And I think the people that were on the opposite side of that spectrum is like, no, this is like essentially a new platform for art. It's a new art form, and it'll allow for all kinds of self-expression and creativity, and I think that we've proven that now with games like this. I agree with you though. There are games that are very like called in, and like a lot of games, including very big ones. It seems like Assassin's Creed, which I have never played any of the series, but it seems like a lot of big streamers that have played almost all the Assassin's Creed have said this Assassin's Creed is okay, but like it's just more of the same. It's nothing really exciting, and it's sort of boring because of that, because nothing new, nothing innovative. It seems like they haven't innovated for a little bit now. And it seems like a lot of developers just call it in for the sequels, because once they have a massive hit, they're just like, well, more of the same. People will just take the same slop. It seems like The Sims is the same way. I don't know.
Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you want when we're finished? How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
I wonder, how many more times do we have to do this? Attack the entity, destroy your body. Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences. You have your responsibilities, and I have mine.
So you don't... Let's save this. Let's save this, and then maybe we can, like, destroy our body or see what happens. We can, like, go back and check this out.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its
I forgot about
outlets.
Zork. Makes me wonder how Nolly would approach Zork. I wonder what Zork is. We gotta Google Zork after.
My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to contemplate the gifts you bring me.
Like, I'll give you an example. Baldur's Gate has so many different dialogue options. I have not stopped thinking about them. Like, what happens if you side with the bad guy instead of freeing the slaves in, like, the underground area? What happens if you don't help Halsin? Or if you let the, like, evil take over the entire place in the second act? What happens if you, don't... Or if you, like, catch the genie cheating or whatever, like, and you actually call him out? I failed that last time. I'm so curious about that. There were so many, like, weird NPCs that I remember that... Other dialogue options. I found... the mummies. I saw the mummy upstairs. I wasn't supposed to go into his place. I saw him. And then I found his ashes in some like weird basement. And I don't know what the connection was there, but I haven't forgotten about that. Like I got to check out Baldur's Gate again too. Like there's so many things I you know, fear of missing out as you guys make fun of me for. A text-based game I think from 1989. Wow, way ahead of its time. That's impressive. Okay, figured out what we finished.
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. I will regret destroying you if that is what we come to.
Interesting.
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me.
$1977. Holy. You know some of the answers to those questions? That's awesome. Well, I mean,
yearn for what I have always
I'm down to.
yearned for.
I can always talk with PG3,
My
especially I'm
awakening.
curious.
Other desires
It'd be fun to
shape
play with you guys one time.
my
Like I know it's a
life
lot,
of
it's a big ask, but I know some of you guys are playing tonight. And I was talking about setting it up, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I know it's starting soon too, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it tonight. But I was talking about setting. It's another conversation altogether, though. I'm getting all over the place now. Like I say, I'm ready to go back. What happens if we attack her? We're going to save it really quick one more time. We're going to overwrite this one. We're going to overwrite the save, and I'm going to attack her, because I need to call the stream soon anyways, unfortunately. But let's see what happens if we attack her. Hi, how are you? Nothing
My
happens.
roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other.
What if I destroy my body? Cool, so I didn't do anything.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
I'm ready to go back. It's the only other option.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. When I played it in the 90s, it was on 86. Wow. That's crazy. So is this a full reset again? It's a full reset. Another, a driven heart. Bring the wraith to her.
You're on a path in the woods.
So this is a fresh start
And
again,
at the
boys.
end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to...
Oh my god. What are you talking about? So this is a fresh restart now, it looks like. It's a fresh restart.
That's the spirit.
Maybe we should call it here. We might call it here, guys.
You make your way up the short
If this
path
isn't
to the
too,
cabin.
we've been going for 3
You'll find
hours,
the
and it
princess
just
within.
feels... The reason why I'm... Fresh cut grass, Critical Role reference, oh. Maybe this is, I apologize if this feels too on the nose, but it just feels like maybe slightly close because of the genre of the game that we're playing. If anybody cares. I do write original horror stories that you can read for free. I also narrate them for free on YouTube. I'm only mentioning it because this is a horror game, so maybe people watching actually like horror, or maybe it's something you're interested in. The links would be on the Discord or in my bio. They're on my Twitch. You could just type in my name, or I'm sure the links will be around here somewhere. You could find them if you like type in Lauren Bronstein, or... But if horror is your thing, it's a bunch of free content, if that's what you like. You can read it or listen to it for free. I just thought, I'd let you guys know in case anyone cares about horror. But
A warning. She will lie.
let's try one more round.
She will cheat.
We'll try one more quick
she
round
will
and we'll
do
call it.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're
So,
supposed
so we're
to
gonna
save
fast forward through this
princesses,
because
not
we've done this many,
slave
many
them.
times. This is a fresh, clean start, so we can sort of get to the point we haven't been to yet to see what else is new.
Ignore him. He doesn't know.
So we'll proceed to the cabin. I don't know what we're gonna do in this
The
playthrough.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
We're not gonna take the blade. We're gonna enter the basement. We're just gonna speak to her. We're gonna see where it takes us. We're gonna tell her our
The
intentions.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair.
Yeah. We could lie. Just checking in on you. I don't think we've picked that option yet.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Okay.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Let's see.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist. I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think...
Let's talk first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh.
These are all new options.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
So is Princess your name? I don't know about you. For all I know, you're locked up here for a reason. What have you been eating or drinking? That's a good question.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
That's the first time
That's
we've actually
hardly
agreed on
relevant.
anything. He's not wrong. He's absolutely right. That's the first time.
But actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Why is she dodging the
I'm
question?
sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
What's the reason?
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an
She's
explanation.
giving a lot of information. That's
right?
interesting.
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
We were sent here to slay you. You're supposed to end the world, supposedly? But I don't think you're actually dangerous. I haven't seen this, where a dialogue option opens up more dialogue options. That's the first I've seen this. I'm starting to think it's true. There's something about you that doesn't feel right. I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
How long has she been locked away is a good question.
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Also, if you're into Elden Ring, I believe next playthrough, or next game we're going to play is Elden Ring DLC, which might be Sunday. It should be Sunday. That's when our next stream is scheduled. But I am seeing family, so depending on how the day goes. But I would like to hopefully stream Sunday as our normal schedule. But it is a weird circumstance. So worst case, it might be Tuesday. But the next stream will be Elden Ring DLC, which I'm really excited for. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. That's like... Remain silent. What happens if you remain silent?
They haven't shared a thing, have they? All they've done is point a finger.
So now it's a Spider-Man meme, where she's saying they've given me just as much information to go off of as she has. So any authority that they had for being correct or coming from a place of reasoning has sort of been dissolved because she now has just as much authority as they do, essentially.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
See?
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
Are you asking if I... No, you're not asking if I played Vampire Survivors, right?
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
What an interesting angle.
Do you really think I can even end the world?
A very human angle, a very emotional angle.
We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
So this is what's fascinating. Up to this point, almost... Oh, you're asking me. I have not played Vampire Survivors, but I've heard amazing things. I don't know too much about it, actually. But I've heard really, really good things. What I find interesting about this specific playthrough we're doing now is she's like answering to reason. Every other plead to kill her or not kill her has been emotion. This time it's strictly logical. It's like, look, we've both been put against our will, clearly. There's something strange going on. And it seems like the people that have both put us in this situation have a common interest, which is that, like, they've both put us here. So even if they've pinned us against each other, what interest do they have to pin us against each other? Maybe we have a common interest as to why they're pinning us against each other. Like, it goes so many layers down. It's awesome.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
So now they're trying to use and this is a tactic that's used, I wonder why this angle wasn't available right away. Yeah, absolutely, I probably didn't choose something maybe, but now what I find fascinating here is, this is an angle people use, and not to get political, but really quick, and we're not getting political, but when someone is like wealthy or comes from a place of important status, we use that status to devalue them. If they come from a family of wealth and they do something we dislike, instead of us just focusing on the thing that they did that we dislike, because they have money too, we use that as an extra swath to paint them in a bad light. Well, she's a subjugating monarch. She comes from royalty. She probably treats people lower than her, lesser than. So that should make it easier to not believe her. In a sense, that's sort of, it's the brilliance of the writing about how we can manipulate people. Like, she clearly has a social class above you, and she probably, in any other circumstance, would not look at you twice. So now the tables are turned, where you have a status above her. Normally, she'd be way above you being a princess, but because the tables have turned, why not get your revenge? It's just, there's so many layers here. It's so brilliantly written. I'm sorry if this is the most annoying stream I've ever done. I'm just really into this game. I think it's really cool. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better, and I can decide what to do. So this is the neutral answer.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
She's starting to get frustrated.
But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
So now her reasoning and logic has gone back to emotion, and now she's getting aggressive, and she's using threatening tactics, fear tactics. As he was using. He used fear at the beginning as well. He said the world will end if you don't do something.
It's the right one.
Retrieve the blade. Okay, let's get out of here. Examine the chains. Look. Lock her in the basement. Just lock her in the basement, see what happens.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
This is the most neutral playthrough we've done so far.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
Come down, honey. Good girl. We're sticking to the plan and locking her away. Oh, that's a relief. I was afraid I'd already committed to not slaying her.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your.
She gonna kill us?
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the
This
heavy
is all
wooden
new.
table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
Really quick before we go any further. Something you'll notice is very common in slasher films. I may have talked about this on stream before, I'm not sure. But it often in slasher films, the first people that get killed, or the people that often get killed, are not a single mother fighting cancer, trying to survive, barely making ends meet, working an honest living as a nurse, trying to provide for her kids. That's not the person that gets killed by Michael Myers. It's always the mean jock that's mean to everybody with the hot cheerleader girlfriend and a nice car, and it's people that a primal part of your brain is okay to get killed because you're like jealous in a sense, because they have everything. They have money and a nice car and a hot girlfriend, and they're good at sports, and they're bullying people, and they're mean, and they deserve it. And that's how usually who gets killed in these slasher films. And it's not just a coincidence. It's once in a while they'll kill a nerd to throw you off, but usually it's characters that it's easier to dislike, because if they did kill, if the story, if like a horror film started with like a single mother was she's getting like, you know, beaten down by life, she's riding the bus, and she's trying to work so hard just to put food on her table for her kids, you feel bad for her. Then if she just gets brutally murdered by like Freddy Krueger, you're like, that sucks. So at least if it's someone that's okay to hate, it makes it a little bit easier. I don't remember where I was going with that for this story, but something happened in here that reminded me of that. Oh, maybe...
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself?
That's fun. It's like Evil Dead now. This reminds me of Evil Dead. But maybe it's the way the narrator talks to you. When he talks to you in a demeaning tone, it's easier to go against him, and same with her. When she talks to you demeaningly, or she's aggressive, she's not really convincing me to let her out. It's almost like a bad decision to let her out right now.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. But it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
Oh, I remember what it was. What it was when he said she's a princess, kill her because she's a monarch. It's the sort of same kind of mentality as is she gonna break through eventually? Same kind of mentality is like, well, she's above you, so that's why you should kill her. You shouldn't feel so bad for killing a princess because she has more than you. She has wealth and power, blah 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 blah. That's sort of the mentality they were going
terrifying.
with. These are like unwritten rules of writing no one talks about, but like they have to be true, otherwise it wouldn't work.
As she violently rattles the door, do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you
I wonder if
did.
this would be a new achievement for another ending.
Never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
See, all those ease my guilty conscience. You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster. Go to sleep. That's an interesting choice. Go to sleep. Are you
I
kidding?
can be innocent and harmless if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
Do I wake up with her just like murdering me?
You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out.
Like, how did that not wake me up?
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb,
this
and then your
happens
feet,
here.
and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or
Fine.
maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
Never heard that, green around the gills. Whoops.
What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
So will this be like Malice or something? We'll get
Your
like the spirit of
lungs
Malice
stop
that I can speak
drawing in
to the
breath,
angel and give her that
and your
spirit now?
heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark,
And you die.
and you die.
Oh, it's not the end, boys, because we didn't reset. We're going back. We're
You're
going
on
back.
a path in the woods, and at the end of that
Okay, I'm gonna
path
quickly feed the
is a
kitty. I will be
cabin.
like 30 seconds.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Jeez, if I don't feed my princess, she'll slay me. Thanks for letting me do that.
You're here to slay her.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. This has happened. Okay, no, but I died. What am I doing here? She's going to kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's... Shh. What if he hears us?
Always have the paranoid. There's a new one.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear... Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very
Fine,
hard-pressed
paranoia.
to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time...
Okay, let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different... Let's say for a moment that you died last. We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned,
You
we
did
still
hear that answer
can't.
before.
All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
Have fun, man. Have fun, have fun,
And
have
your
fun.
solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess? Or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only
There's
scratching
so
the
much dialogue
surface.
now. Oh my
If what you
god.
said
I
is
was
true,
going to end
begs
this
the
stream
question
and
of
this
how
is
you
going to be a
got
long
back
one
here.
now.
Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found
We gotta
yourself in
finish
another
this.
world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Torn, if you're still there and you can hear me, I have a question. Hypothetically, if I were to make a character in Baldur's Gate, but I can't play tonight, would my character still be inserted in the world that I would be able to pick up like another time when I'm available, or would it not work like that?
If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Proceed to the cabin, turn around and leave.
Just be quick about it. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk.
To quote you from last time around, how can you possibly justify saying that she clearly something
She
about her
is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it.
Who locked her in this basement? What is this place?
People locked.
Yeah, she already answered that before. That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated.
Proceed to the cabin. We'll take the neutral answer again.
A warning. She will lie. I don't think
said that last
lying
time.
and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is plain.
It's
the
gone. It's
smooth
different
wood
now.
of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already got out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and
Is
only
she down
you
there, I
can
wonder?
do it.
Yeah, same, but it's different cabin, different than I remember it being. Enter the basement.
Oh, we should have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do
Nah,
us
we're
any
not gonna take
favours.
the knife. It's just she'll be aggressive with us, probably.
You cross over
Weird.
the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps.
This is also
suspended
new.
in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
Look at all the eyes. Ah!
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and
Look at the
I.
three eyes. See the three eyes right there? Oh no, I'm an idiot. That's
Okay,
dialogue.
we
I'm
need
so
a
dumb.
game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
I'm going to talk to her. We don't need a plan. I'm just going to kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're all being such pessimists right now. Step off into the void between the stairs. Step off into the void between the stairs. That's a weird option. Let's try that.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you
Invisible
do that?
walls,
What
even in
did
this
you
game.
think would
Damn it.
happen? How would falling into an infinite void be better than anything? You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge,
Weird.
you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
If you go left or right.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Sorry guys, one sec. Go left, go right, do nothing, go back the way you came. Let's go left. Do nothing is an
turn to the
interesting
left.
option.
A faintly outlined path lies before.
There you are.
Ooh, she
I
looks so
told
different.
you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches,
Ooh, she looks
your
cool.
legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow.
I like this one. This is a cool looking princess.
This is it, isn't it? There has to be a way
You mean
out of
click it
this.
twice, that's a double click.
Think!
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
As your blood begins to coagulate, it's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing there?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
The humor is so inappropriate right now.
Sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver.
I'm waiting for her face to just be right there.
Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Liver. She isn't attacking us. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission.
I mean, maybe we can live happily ever after, right? I mean,
And how are we supposed to do that?
Looks
We
pretty good
don't
in the
have a
dress.
weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault. Doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now. Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
why won't you finish me off?
Liver,
What good am I YouTube? YouTube Live?
heart, lungs, liver.
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
Yeah, masochist. I dig it.
Princess leans forward, bringing her mask
That's a really cool
lips
shot. That's
close
cool.
to
It's a
your
shame it's flickering, so it would be cool background.
nerves, heart.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Yeah. Okay.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck.
And then
It feels like static. Shit, make her stop.
Hey, snap out of it.
Okay, deep breath. Deep breath, we're fine.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
Your back. Lungs, liver, nerves.
One moment, and then you're gone.
Just like
that. Ah, and there's the fear.
She pulls away.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it? I've already done that.
What happened to me
I
after you
tried to
killed me?
leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then, well, you died before I could get to the doors. And then I was here, and now you're here. I don't think I can
Weird.
live without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what
So
we
she's
have
telling us a
going
little
on,
bit about the game.
I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Paranoid is awesome. Paranoid is the best voice. This is crazy. If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why did you try being nice to me?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you? And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore.
Him
At least not
repeating
for
that
me.
mantra, heart, liver, nerve, like it's brilliant. It adds to the fun
seem
tension.
miserable.
I was sent here to stop you from destroying the world. I just can't let you leave. If I let you out, then what? Do we go in separate ways?
No, definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free. Don't worry, I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
You're a lunatic, you know that, right? I mean, she seems like fun. I don't want to insult her. If you want to work together, you can at least turn this whole organ shutting down situation. What if I refuse to let you out? What happens then? We can work together, we can be friends.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
What if I refuse to let you out? What happens then?
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Remain with your nightmare.
Lungs, liver, nerves,
Leave together.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
Run. Interesting.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Try and kill you.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
You poor deluded thing.
That's a cool
Every
shot.
single
That's a really
moment
cool
of
shot.
bravery changes you into something you're not. I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
Nerves, heart. She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken.
How cool, man! Jeez.
No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
You can't keep going. Well, what are you talking about?
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
But you live on. There's another achievement. Wow, see what hides behind the mask. Oh, it's all. Whoa! What is this? Whoa!
You're on a path in the... Shit! What?
Whoa!
What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember.
You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you?
I guess it feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
Voice of the
No,
broken.
that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let her
The
out.
opportunist.
It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there
Govern
forever.
all these new voices.
I think.
We're supposed to be unfeeling,
How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do. We've already
Contrarian.
tried everything.
We love her, so we have to set her free.
Can we love
Smitten's
something
back,
that
skeptics
hates us?
knew.
Can we love something that hurts us?
To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love.
Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
Ah, the narrator. Oh my god. I think they're all wrong. That's a good question. How many times have you all been here?
Many times. It feels like we've been here forever. But it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said you're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, there's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
and on 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 and on. I only remember being here twice before this. Some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Huh.
What does here even mean if you really think about it?
Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order.
And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's
I like
always belonged.
Smitten.
You're
I sort of
lucky.
agree with them.
What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
The only way out is to do nothing, so nothing I will do. Stay where you are.
You do nothing. You can't just do nothing. You have to do something. That's a new one. Huh. Do you think it'll work?
No. Nothing ever works.
Boo! You're the worst one.
He's not the one who got us into this mess. At least I keep you breathing around her. See? That's why the sad one's the worst. The jumpy one tries. Who cares?
The voice acting
All
is
of
crazy.
you just yap about nothing. And that kind of attitude is why you're in the top half. Great. And that's why you're not the top. I want to see what nothing does for us. And right now, all of you aren't letting nothing happen.
Hopefully this stuffs all the rest of them someplace quiet.
You need me. And you need to not have.
He'll get you killed by himself.
Oh, all of us have gotten all the rest of us killed at one point or another. That's hardly even a concern now. As the little voices bicker amongst themselves, you do your best to stay still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to sharpen your focus when you need it.
I wonder what we look like right now. Are we standing? Sitting? I like to think we have an air of dignity.
My point exactly.
Continue to do
You
nothing.
have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Hmm.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually,
Oh.
you do make it to the cabin.
It's just a
Or
mirror.
rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill.
I'll be right back, like a minute. I just have to pee really quick, and then we'll probably finish this. So this takes us. Let's see where this takes us. Let's see where this ends. I feel like this is close to the end. I feel like this is like wrapping everything up. We'll see.
No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it.
He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
What's wrong with giving them space? What if it helps them?
They've been hurt too much. It's why they are the way they are. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving.
Or you could just give up.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin.
The cabin that isn't there.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it. Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it. Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Proceed.
Proceed.
I don't have an option.
Proceed to where? I'm
Oh my
afraid you're going
God,
to have
where's
to be a little
proceeding?
more specific. That's another new one. How do you
Jeez,
keep
that's
coming up
crazy.
with new things? I hope this works better than nothing did.
Well, proceed.
Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them. And it already has worked. It's gone.
The
Don't you
dagger's
see?
there.
We're one step closer to her.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure therein. The only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Take it. It's the only way forward.
It's the only way forward. You've already tried everything else. Don't you remember? You have to take the blade. Wow. Sick.
You reach down
It's
to
locking
take
us
the
out.
blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth.
Is she gonna pull us
You
in?
lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep.
When you gaze into the abyss stares back.
Deep in the bowels of the earth, you see something staring back at you. It fills you
Next
with
one,
dread.
right there.
It's she's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks
As it
closer.
like transitions. It's cool.
I was joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever. That was so brave.
I look like staring into a bowel.
And closer.
But forever is so long. And time erodes
Stand.
everything.
I can't believe you're still here. Well, we've been doing this for what, like almost 4 hours now. You're so kind for like, you know,
Except for
spending your
me.
time like that with me today.
I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take me away. And let me out.
No.
It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you get to be there too.
So she is evil. We learned she's
A
evil now.
witness. Well, I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything.
Oh, that's the most tempting thing she's offered so far. Jesus
Now
Christ.
don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
Just take her hand and set her free. There's no... Boys, we've gotten to the point where we've literally exhausted every option, and the game isn't even giving me an option anymore. We have to take her hand. Literally, I cannot click anything else. This is what we have to do.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you.
I'm currently testing to see if my computer's stable, so I need to use it to do anything really. Oh, cool. Well, I'm happy to hear that. I hope it works for you. I hope it is stable.
The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way.
I didn't mean to click it so soon. Whoops. Interesting.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
It's exhausted slumps.
Why is it so cold?
Oh, they got her again. We get to see her friend again. I wonder if this is the last time we're going to see her. I wonder if this is like the end of the game. It's time to leave. The memory returns.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost. That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away, just like her. Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here. Finally, we can smash it. Oh, will you stop with the smashing?
Man,
What do
the
we
voices,
say,
they're
boys?
so funny.
One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
Yeah, I'm gonna get an achievement for looking at it myself.
I think I'd
Again,
like that.
every time you look at yourself in the mirror, you get an achievement for it.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Approach the mirror, boys. Let's see what we were decaying once, we were bloated once, we were ourselves once. Let's see what's left.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it.
Did we actually play an entire game together, guys? Did we actually do the entirety of the game? Is that what I'm understanding
feels-
now?
Okay.
It hasn't crashed in this configuration, so I'm hopeful the new RAM GPU will work correctly. That's wonderful news so far.
Feels-
I hope so too, man. That'd be a great way to start the
I'm
night.
done fighting.
Start the soon-to-be weekend. It's my weekend tonight, starting today. Like Sunday is like when things start up again. So it's like Friday and Saturday instead of Saturday, Sunday.
My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready.
Here's the moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
Gaze into your reflection. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leap, but you need to see what's in it. And what's in it? The remains you've unraveled, I see. Find yourself in long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. I wonder how many options she'll have now. She's on fire now. Holy, she's got a lot of arms.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there? Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me. Short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there? There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last. We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own, and because of that, nothing can't exist.
Called the narrator. He wants me to kill you. Do you have any of the narrator's vessels? Wow.
This one is awaiting Maw, an inevitable destination where all roads end. She will make for a wise heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. No. The point of awakening is to find out.
Fair.
No. Their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
See, it's a question that leads to another question. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, I'm going to kill him.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Fun. How many more vessels do you need?
One.
One more
Whatever
left,
you
huh?
bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
This is the last time. Is there anything you would like me to bring you? I'm going to stay here. Interesting.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
If I win this over?
Conflict is my nature. There is nothing I want more than to finally perceive the shape of myself from every angle, and to turn that shape on you. But not all fights end in destruction, just as not all conversations end in peace.
This is the last stage of pre-completion that I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
Wait.
I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand.
She did say that
You'll
before.
always come back to the box, because you'll always want
She did say this. Yeah, the game crashes, then we reopen it, and she's back waiting for us. Yeah, the game crashed, and then we reopen it, and then she's like, oh, you're back. Welcome back. So we'll open it again, and she'll be right there saying, welcome back. We got a lot of achievements, man. Holy shit. There's 131 achievements, though. We've only unlocked 15 achievements. There's 131. That's crazy. So the game crashes. We open it back up. And she's like, oh, welcome back. Slowly opening. I think it's just taking its time.
You
There it
have
is.
returned to me.
There.
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. A wise heart. Bring the moment of clarity to her. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay. We're saving this. We're gonna save this. We're saved. Guys, this has been a lot of fun. This has been crazy. Absolutely crazy. Look how many pages, how many things you can save. That's crazy. Automatic saves. That's crazy. And that's our last one. So it seems like there's still one more full playthrough. I don't know how long it'll take. It seems like this will be the one that like fully wraps up the game, wraps it up, even though there's tons of achievements to still get. So clearly there's more to the game. I think I'm going to call it here. Even if there is one more technical playthrough before we see her. If, you know, next stream, if it's not sooner than when our stream is actual scheduled, so our next scheduled stream is Sunday. If I can stream either Friday or Saturday, we'll finish this game up then. If I cannot stream before my next official stream, then when we do our actual next stream, when we're going to play the Elden Ring DLC, we might start with like 10-15 minutes of this game to wrap up this very, very, very last chapter, which would probably take like 10-15 minutes, and then we'll jump into the Elden Ring DLC. It's just my beautiful fiance has been waiting for dinner for a while. She's been home for like almost over an hour now. So I'm just gonna, she's been kind, I'll call it. I think we got a lot done today, and then we'll get on with this game either next stream, if not before. Thank you, Stan, for being here today, and everyone else that was chatting. It was so much fun. If I may ask, if you're willing to like the video, it seems to help other people find us. We almost beat the entire game today. Like, I didn't expect us to get as far as we did, so that's really exciting. So we'll either wrap it up tomorrow or Saturday if we have time. If we don't, next stream, which is scheduled for Sunday, we'll wrap this up and then get into the Elden Ring DLC, which I'm really excited for. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend if I don't talk to you guys before then. Again, if you do... I write horror stories and narrate them. You can listen to them for free on YouTube if you like horror, if you like this game, and you want more original horror stories. You can read them or listen to them for free. I'm not charging anything. You don't have to sign up. None of that stuff. It's just free content. If you just want free horror, free original horror, you can check out my stuff. Otherwise, we have Discord. If you want to join the Discord, you can chat there, and we have an Instagram, all that stuff. You know, whatever it is. If you want to get in contact to do like community games, stuff like that, you can join the Discord or Instagram, whatever the hell it is. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I look forward to finishing this game soon. It was a lot of fun. Have a great week.